The project that we chose to innovate is the spectacles. As you can see, spectacles can help everyone in their daily life, especially with their eye vision, and even I have my own spectacles. However, what if we extend more functions and add more features towards the spectacles? Actually, I think it can help a lot of people, especially connecting everyone. I will tell you how and why. As you can see at the screen, that is the functions of the smart spectacles. Firstly, virtual meeting. The user can join the virtual meeting and communicate with the others who is also using the platform. The smart spectacles have their own small screen, and they also have their microphone built-in, which can communicate with the others who is also in the virtual meeting. Besides that, GPS. The user can use the GPS application that been applied to the smart spectacles, and it will display to the user the direction by using the Google Map. Next one is display. The spectacle can display out the view from the perspective of the glass. The smart spectacles have their own camera, which can display out the view from the perspective of the glass. The next one is the futuristic idea. The innovative idea that been applied to the technology, which is hand sign recognition. The hand sign recognition can translate and recognize the hand sign language that been shown by people who is in front of the smart spectacles. The smart spectacles will recognize and translate the sign language, and the output will be like the subtitle. It will translate, and then it also will make sound like Siri, which can translate the hand sign.
There are a few components that have been implemented in the smart spectacle technology. The first one is processor. It is the brain of the system that is responsible for deciding the performance of the system. When large applications are used, the higher bit processor is needed in the system. It is to ensure the performance are good so that function can be performed very fast. The next one is memory. The RAM is used to store the data temporarily in the memory, and it requires 8 GB RAM. The ROM is used for storing the program, and when switched on, the system fetch code from ROM to the memory. The next one is power supply. The power supply is the key component to provide continuous power to the system circuit and must be smooth and efficient. The system requires the range from 1.8 to 3.3 volts, and it can be from the battery. The next one is sensor. The sensor measures and converts the physical quantity to an electrical signal which can be read by the system and stored into the memory. The last one is emulator. An emulator is a software tool that is used to execute the function of the whole system. It also used for debugging code and to transfer the code from the whole system to the target system.
Now, I'm gonna talk about state transitioning diagram. Start state is submitting the capture of input and transmit to verify. Verifying state when executing the input process. The process then verifies the program cooperatively with the server. If the verification fails, it returns to the locked state, causing the network to deny the sensor access. Otherwise, it will transition into activated state, in which the main code performs normal sensor function. Finally, the sensor responds to a request. After completed, it will back to start and start over. As current server successfully verified the sensor, directly executing the main code and process, or ignoring a request will result in refusal the sensor access to the resources.
Now, I will explain the working of smart spectacles based on the state transition diagram. Smart spectacles works when the user gives sign language as input in start state. Then, the system has to verify the sign language to determine whether it is readable or not. If the sign language is readable, the system can proceed to carry out the task requested by the user during activated state. For an example, the user used sign language to communicate with others and they want to translate it. So, the sensor will receive the input and verify it first. After that, the user can use sign language to communicate, and the spectacles will translate everything using their own language such as Malay, English, and many more. However, if the sign language cannot be read by the sensor and the verification fails, the input will return to locked state where system resources cannot be accessed.